Alright guys, got a 2017 Pilot here, pearl white. This damage was actually existing. He brought it about 1.5 years ago for an estimate on that, and we never did it. And then they've since hit some plastic traffic poles, like dividers, knocked all this out. Did a little more damage to the bumper, mostly scratches. So we're going to do both of these. I need to pull the bumper. I know the bumper bracket back here is broken. The plastic one from the last time I looked at it. And we're also going to replace that fog light that's broken while the bumper's off, since this one's down in the bumper, and this park light signal light was broken here. He brought me that, but it's not worth repairing it. And I've got this black filler panel here as far as parts go, but I'm going to go ahead and get the whole front fascia off. I've got to pull this trim off here to paint anyway, so that's got to come off. Wheel liner's going to have to come out so I can get behind this. I'm going to try to avoid pulling the fender off. So if I can get in here, knock this forward, I won't have to put the fender back on to test fit the bumper to find out I need to push some more on it. And back and forth, fender on and off, a dozen times. So we're trying to leave it on there to test fit the bumper to it. And then we'll just most likely blend the clear into here somewhere maybe. I don't think I'm going to clear the whole bumper. This is just an out-of-pocket job, so we'll see once I clean it how far over the damage goes, and then we'll try to clear over maybe into the center. Okay, got the bumper off, and now I can see what's going on here. This actually got folded in and tore that edge there about 1/4 inch, so that's going to have to be welded up. I noticed that this little pocket here for the bumper bracket was very close to the bracket behind it. So that's all gotten pushed in and kind of closed this up. So this needs to come out like this. Pull right here with just by hand. I'm gonna pull this out and start hammering this down. I'm gonna leave the fender on the car until I get the bumper fit to it and make sure everything is straight. Then I'll pull the fender off, because if I have to weld on the car, I have to disconnect the battery, which then will lock the radio and probably the GPS, and potentially lose radio stations and all that. And then I've got to mask the whole car off if I leave it on the car. So it'd be better to just take the fender off, do the welding off the car, so I don't have to disconnect the battery or mask it off. And it'll take me another maybe 30 minutes to get the fender off, and that'll be a whole lot faster than all that other work and the issue with the battery. So I'll be able to flip the fender over, weld it up, treat the backside, put it back on after I paint it, which is a whole lot simpler and cleaner. Okay, bumper seems to be okay. I don't think anything's actually broken. Went ahead and tore the whole thing down. Even if I decide to blend through the center, I don't have to worry so much about damaging this light or getting overspray on the backside of something that comes through onto the front. So everything's out of my way. I'll just do the repair out here, which is not much of a repair other than like right in here there's a little bit of a low spot, maybe. Probably not even that visible, but mostly scratches. So I'll take some lacquer thinner, wipe all this off, see what we're actually working with. Get it primed. I've got this spot here, I think may actually have a crack in it, but that's from previous. This right here is what happened the second time this was wrecked, but that was part of the original estimate here. I just never did the job. So we'll see. It didn't actually punch through the back right here, so anything that's cracked would just be on the front. All right, I've pulled out on it and hammered it down a little bit on this crown. But you can see this bracket right here, this edge is bent in towards the car. If I just pull the fender out, it's just pulling the whole bracket, but this surface here needs to come out this way. The only way to do that is to pull out right on that edge, right back there. Pull that straight out and not down into the front. I need to push this straight out, this part of the bracket that's riveted. So what I'm going to do is put a spreader. I don't think I can get my ram in here. It's not enough distance. But I'm going to put big block of wood, like a 4x4 right here, and something else on this end of the spreader, and just go in here and spread this out where it's pushing just on that one point and pushing it straight out. Then I can have this surface, you can see it's laid back at an angle. That needs to be straight. Then once that's out, with some pressure on it, I can flatten this part back out right here. Then I can test fit the bumper again. I'm gonna leave this on until I get the bumper to fit it. Then I'll pull this off to paint. Okay, I've got the dent light out now where I can see where I'm at. You can see it's buckled all the way up to this body line, just about, maybe a 1/4 inch below it. Now I've tapped down a little bit, which I can probably work back out. I'm just trying to get it straight. Body line up is okay. This right here got stretched. I had to reform this corner so it was not like protruding out into the headlight. I'll have to test the headlight and the bumper and see how it is, but got a little bit here I have to grind off on that sharp corner and behind it. I was actually able to go in and hold the fender here by hand and come back out here a little bit lower below the rivet and push in with a hammer, and I got that thing to roll, so I didn't have to get the jack out. I'm going to go through with the PDR tools, lift up some of these highs after I knock this rest of this crown down, and get everything to fit and have it straight. And once I pull the fender off, I can come back on the back side of this, or probably the front side, either one. It'll still weld solid, but probably weld it on the back. That way, if there's access, once I have it off, if it's easy enough to weld the back, I'll do that. That way I won't have to grind off very much of it, and then I can just fill right on that edge when I do the body filler here. But I'm going to minimize this to where I might need regular filler here, but I should just need some glaze over the rest of it, and maybe glaze on the entire outer surface if I can just get all of this straight enough and have some filler right in here over that weld. And then I'll get some epoxy on all that once I get it done, because I've got to put some epoxy under here, and I need to do both those at the same time. Okay, we got it set up to weld. I've got the crack closed up with the vice grips right at the very end of the edge there, so I can weld right next to it all the way up to that, and then I'll take it off. That'll hold the crack closed, and I'll weld the very edge. Okay, I'll weld it up. Took about 4 or 5 tacks. Did it from the front, but it's got full penetration through the back, so I'm going to leave that just so I don't thin it out too much. And I've got the front. Got it finished out. I'm going to take this and put it back on the car and just temporarily anchor it with this bolt, this one in here, and maybe one back here just to locate it in 3 places, and double check the fit of the bumper just to make sure nothing warped or changed position after I welded it. Alright, I just test fit the bumper again. Everything's good. I did have a little bit of a high spot right here where I started the weld, so I went ahead and just tapped it just a little. You don't want to go too far because all this is brittle now and you'll end up cracking the weld. But I just knocked it off with a grinder just a little bit. Flatten that out right there. So now I'm going to take 80 grit, take all this back right in here. This is the only place I need filler. And then I'll hit all this with 180 out into here, and I'll put some glaze over this whole area. I'm going to body work it with it on the car. That way it holds it in position, nothing can flex, and I'll pull it off to prime it and paint it. Alright, here's all the actual filler I'm going to use. It's just one application. The rest will be glaze out into this metal, and then I'll epoxy this before I prime it just to get any cut throughs. I'll take it off to prime that. Okay, just pressure washed the bumper and got all the bugs off and everything I could with just washing it. I'm going to take lacquer thinner and clean all of the transfer off from those traffic cones. See what we're actually working with. I know there's going to be some repair work needed here. The rest of it might just be primer. We'll see. Okay, I got the bumper ready to prime. I was able to sand pretty much everything out of this. This was mainly just kind of a groove slash scratch. And then over there I was able to just sand out flat with a DA. And I'll get enough build out of the primer that'll fill all these other little chips, at least enough that I can paint over it. And I'd rather not clear the whole bumper, because you get all these tiny chips in the surface, and you paint over all that, and the clear actually sinks into all those, and it looks worse than it does if you don't try to clear the whole thing. So I'm going to blend into here. Since I can't fix all these chips anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and stop the clear over there with some blender. So I've got enough room to prime to here. I'll go here to with the white base, and then out into here with the mid coat, and then I'll clear all the way over to here. That way the blend edge is way away from the repair and still in the skinniest part of the bumper, where I can keep the blend the smallest. Alright, fender is ready to go. I blocked this area out with black guide coat and this 180 on the linear block until I got this area flat. Then I re-guide coated, put some more on, that way I could go through with 400 wet on a Durablock. Once this is flat, going over it with a Durablock just takes the scratches out. The 180 scratches out, gets it into 400. So once I got this area flat with the 400 wet, I dried everything off and went over this with the DA, feathered it all in, sanded this area out where there were some chips, got everything completely smooth, and then I came back and did 800 everywhere else, and gray Scotch-Brite where I couldn't get that. I've got 800 on DA, and I've also got these hand pads that I use in these areas, these radiuses, and then I did Scotch-Brite everywhere else that I really couldn't get that. So there's 400 grit out to here, and then 800 back into that just a little bit. So the color will come out into here, and then I'll have pearl come out a few inches past, and then this will all get cleared. You can see there's basically no filler in there. Right in the corner there's a weld, and I've got a little filler just right in here, but hardly anything. Went over that with some olive green easy coat just to color it to match what's over here. I'll do the same thing to the bumper. Still need to sand it out, but I'll go into this area with 400 where the base coat will go. All of this will be 800, and all the way towards the end, the last couple inches will be 3000, just to dull this, where I'll blend the clear in and melt it with the blender. Okay, all back together. Wasn't able to film it. I had an infrared heater in here and trying to keep everything warm, moving back and forth with it. Didn't have room to put a tripod in there with me. Color matched really well. And I did blend, half the fender and just this front of the bumper and cleared all the way over to here. I think next time I'll probably just do the whole bumper, because I end up having to buff that one little spot when I could just spend that couple minutes scuffing all this and just bring the clear around and be done with it. I wouldn't have to buff it or worry about an edge. I just don't like clearing over all the rock chips. I don't know if you can see those, but all those little chips, they look even worse once you clear over it. With it being down low like that, it's not that big a deal, but I still don't like to do it unless I have to. Put the fender right back in the same place using the outline of the paint around each bolt. I'm still waiting on 2 clips right here. I've got some that should fit, but that needs to be nice and tight, and the ones I've got aren't quite as tight as the OEM. They're aftermarket. I'm also waiting on a couple of little pins for the sight shield underneath the hood, but I can go ahead and clean it up and get it ready and just stick all those in later. See you later.